Well, I think this is a mindfulness practice. It's about looking at our own patterns because our patterns start in early infancy. They continue to evolve all through childhood, teenage years, adulthood. And when you look back from any vantage point at your patterns, you will see the genesis of them and you will see how you recreate them over and over again. And so when you can intervene on your patterns, when you notice that you get snippy, that you're impatient, that you interrupt when your partner's speaking, that your tendency is to get up and walk around when they're speaking instead of sitting still and listening because your anxiety's going up. And what you really need to do in that moment is say to your partner, you know what, I need to just stop and take a deep breath right now because I'm getting distracted or I'm having a hard time listening to you. And if you're on the receiving end of that, you have to be careful not to feel, insulted by it or offended by it or shamed by it because there's another person on the other side of this. So this is what it means to be in relationship. It is not this happily ever after myth where you just go skipping down the yellow brick road. It means that you're really going to have to roll up your sleeves and look at your own issues and name them in the argument also when you've gotten through the heat of it, to say, I was out of line when I said this, or I could have been listening better to you, or I'm sorry that I always do this, or I often interrupt you and I don't let you finish what you're saying. Right? So, whatever my issues are that have to do with my anxiety, I have to own. And that's really what it means to be vulnerable. We talk about vulnerability a lot, but how much do we exercise it? How much do we want to point the finger at our partner and say that person is fundamentally flawed, as opposed to I'm fundamentally flawed? I'm a human being and I've got these issues and my partner is triggering them. And I'm going to look at me, not be accusatory of him or her.